we're here again tonight.
All four of us.
We were just talking about blending and mixing.
Yeah.
was
Why
awesome.
are we talking about blending and mixing?
Because we got this.
What's this?
I don't know. I've lost it.
The Lost Blend. And
Lost.
we've kept it in the box on purpose because there are 3 different labels for this bottle, and you would like to know which one this is. So before
would
we
all like to know.
open it up, it's the Compass Box, the Lost Blend. And why do we have this?
Because we like Scotch.
Well, of course. That's easy enough. No,
like
a couple
Scotch.
months ago, we were invited to a Compass Box. There was the ambassador
Private
of North
tasting.
American Private
Yep.
Tasting was behind a table, and we went up, and we actually met a lot of cool people that are real big Scotch heads here in Indianapolis, and got a chance
You actually
to know
don't
them.
mind talking to us,
Right,
believe
and
it or
was,
not.
it was fun. But we had a couple of glasses, and this was one that I was like, man, that's coming home with me. That's coming back to the bar. So bought this one for $100, I believe it was,
Yeah,
$99 or whatever, and happened to like it that night. I couldn't tell you why, because it's been 2 or 3 months.
Can I
since
start
I've had-
pouring?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
gotta tell them what label we got.
So anyway, before we keep going, there are 3 different labels they put on these bottles randomly, and it's kind of
You don't know until you take it out of the box.
So
What you
which
got?
one did we get?
We got that one.
I don't know what that means.
It's got a
there's
typewriter.
We got the best one.
A clock, a telescope, typewriter. There's a cufflink, a dice. And why? What are these things?
So
symbolize?
there's 2 stories to it, right? 1807 or something, 2 bartenders, and they were blending whiskeys, and something about supernatural ghosts and stuff, and that was a sign to this. And the other story I can't remember now, but basically that's kind of where this is coming from. Things you would lose, and I don't know. That's what,
Yeah,
that's
so
what we're
I'm
saying.
assuming that
The
these are the
reason-
3 labels, though.
the
So
reason it's
this is
loose.
the one we have. Then I would say these are the other 2. But
What a
anyway.
great marketing scheme.
Yeah, well,
You didn't buy all
exactly.
3?
I didn't buy all 3 now because wasn't assured that I was going to get those 3 labels. Right.
Right.
Well, let me start off by saying we are huge fans of Compass Box.
Yes.
We love what they're
Um,
doing. They have a bunch of really great blends out there.
Blazer's a genius.
What's the story behind Compass
Yeah.
Box?
What is the story? So that guy.
Elevator pitch.
He knew. He had made a lot of contacts. He was
He
working
used to work for
uh,
Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so
That's
he
right.
knew all of the distilleries. You know, he had contacts everywhere. And Johnny Walker was sitting on a lot of old Scotch. You know, that they weren't using. They were just sitting on it. And he
Approached them. and
approached
said,
them with some ideas to do blends like this for Johnny Walker. And they said, no, we don't want to do
It doesn't
that.
fit our core range. We're
And
not-
so he said, well, you mind if I buy this and do it? And they were like, no, go ahead. We don't care. And so that's what he did.
Boom!
And much to
He quit
the
and went on.
disappointment of the entire Scotch industry, because he's shaking
He's
things
doing
up a
kinds
little
of
bit.
Oh my gosh.
Fast forward to today, right? He's doing
But
Bacardi.
but I
he's doing
think
kinds of
that
stuff.
Yeah.
he's doing a lot of good stuff for consumers. You know, he's being very open and transparent about what he's putting in
Upsetting
this
the
bottle,
industry.
almost to the point that he's pissing people
He's pissing
off.
people off.
But you know, I think that's what probably needs to happen. There needs to be a little bit of a shake-up as far as you know what is in this bottle. You know, you want me to pay $100 for it? I want to know what's in it. And so he's trying to be very open and honest about it. Speaking about what's in this bottle, what's in this bottle?
Alright, so what is in this bottle? This is a blend of. Well, let's back it up.
Yep.
His first blend that he puts together is called what?
Eleuthera,
Yeah.
which is Koila and Cliniche.
That was his very first blend
Right.
with 2 Highlands and an Isla.
Right.
Right. And so that was his very first blend
They
put
discontinued it because
together.
they couldn't find the Cliniche 15 year anymore.
Lost the source of the Clinleash and couldn't make it anymore. So fast forward to today, decided to try this again. And so this is 2 Highlands and an Isla again.
Still
right?
Cole Isla.
Still Colila. We don't know the 2 Highlands, or do we?
Yeah, it's.
You can find out.
It's still, they have a version of Cliniche.
Well, I mean, yeah, go to their website.
It's this
it's complete.
Alta Bahine.
Yeah, that's the other one.
So that was the thing. So
I
they
don't know
were
that
able.
one.
He was going around tasting different scotches and found a scotch that tasted very much like one of the components that they originally
Yes.
had in Eleuthera. So I
And-
said, let's do
An
this.
almost
again.
20-year-old Scotch.
So
Right.
it's like, let's try it again.
Yeah.
So it's 70% Highland. The rest is.
Isla. Right. So a couple other things about Compass Box before we dive into this glass. One thing that's really cool about them is you buy a bottle of Compass Box, you can go out on their website and darn near hammer out 99% of what's in that bottle. They,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
you can look it up on their website, and it's very transparent, which is against the grain of the industry.
Right.
And for instance, this here bottle says, they only produce 12,018 bottles of the Lost Blend. So this is one of those 12,018. The other 12,017, when they're gone. That's all she wrote.
Yep. Be lost again.
Exactly. Anyway,
Nice.
let's get into what's going on. Now, what other compass boxes we have? We had the Peat Monster, and we love that.
We've had the King Street.
King Street.
King Street, yeah, the Glasgow blend, I believe.
We've had one more, I thought.
Well, we had more at the tasting.
Yeah,
we had
We've had all of them at the tasting,
Yeah,
so we didn't
right.
get a couple of them and review them, but
yeah, the hedonism and the one that I'm disappointed that we didn't buy at the
Yeah,
tasting
Spice
was the 3-year-old, the Compass Box
Yeah, they
3-year-old.
had one
Which the
bottle.
story behind that is it's all 20-plus-year-old Scotch, and at the very end, the owner John Glasgow, no,
somebody.
no, not Glazer, yeah,
Glazer.
Glazer, he poured a dram of 3-year-old Scotch in it so that they had to label it as 3-year-old Scotch just to
And it's like
stick his
$100.
nose in the wind at the industry, right?
And still charge $200+ a bottle.
Anyway,
I got a hint of peat. He's got a little more peat, I think, than what I'm getting, but I'm not getting, when I first poured this,
How are
when
we
you
not
first
getting
poured
peat
it,
in that?
yeah, I can smell it from here, but now I'm not getting it as much.
So yeah, it is lower. You're getting more of the
high
yeah,
notes coming in.
what's this bottle at?
Oh man,
46%
that's
ABV.
great.
46.
Yeah.
Did you taste it already?
Oh, it's so good.
You didn't even mess with the nose, you
No.
were right in there.
Well, you know what? I got peat on the nose.
I'm
It's
getting
such
lots
a
of peat.
But it's there.
But
Soft
it had
sweetness.
sweet richness about it too, and that's what you get on the mouth too. It's all good. It's got peat like an Isla, but not overpowering like that.
Citrusy.
Like yeah, it comes back with it actually makes my mouth water. It's you just want to dive back in and get another taste
You
right
do.
away. Everything about this is good.
Yeah, the nose is quite tame though for me. I mean
the
citrusy peat and fruity, but nothing specific yet.
what I love about
man.
blends with some
Man.
some Islas in them is they've got that sweetness on the initial palate, and then it rolls into that smoke, and that's what
or
that's
that
what
charcoal,
finishes
that earth,
It rolls
right?
back.
It's just
It's
good.
but it's not like a heavy
No.
overdone one. It just makes that linger just perfect.
so it
You know,
rolled
it's
up
hot,
through my
though.
sinuses though. I
It's
mean,
hot.
I got like a charcoaly, all the way up.
Really?
I mean, after the aftertaste,
snort it,
yeah.
or?
I would snort it. It smells that damn good.
Oh, it's got a long smoky
Wow,
finish.
that's a smoke finish right there. Mm-hmm.
But it's
It's
got
like-
such
that's in-
good like the sweetness is good too. You know what I
Oh, it's
mean?
sweet.
Like peanut brittle and molasses. And then you've got that sweet.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
a good
I
dram.
would agree with peanut brittle. The molasses is too much for me, but it's sweet, but not that sweet.
Some
I don't
peanut
know.
brittle left over from last year's school drive. Got a little movie quote for you lovers out there.
Every day.
If you guys could name that one, kudos to you. But I could get it.
This is a good blend here with the Isla and the Highland, though. I like this. It's a nice blend between the fruit and the smoky peat.
It's a great balance. I mean, I think if you go a little bit more either direction, it's too much. Like it's just right where
I
it's
can't
at.
tell you if I really like this or not. I mean, it's hard because I'm separating them two. Right? It doesn't.
There's
It's
a
a good
berry
blend,
in
but
there that I
there's-
get. Do you know what gooseberry smells like? You ever had?
I do.
No,
Who you talking to?
I don't know what
I don't
this
know.
is.
So this is interesting. The second sip was very different than the first. I got much less smoke and peat on it, and I'm getting more of the Highland coming through. Man,
The finish is getting sweeter.
this is gonna take me a while to kind of develop. I don't know. Oof.
I may have to pour more. I didn't get a very big pour.
You're absolutely right about that, Andrew. And I'm not surprised. Honestly, I find, and this is just me, my experience, is some of your lighter Islays or peated whiskeys, sitting in the glass, it wafts off, it airs out, the
It airs
peat
out.
just disappears,
Yeah.
it dissipates, it goes away. So I'm not going to be surprised when this is only a 30% Isla, right? This is 70% Highland.
Well,
Yeah.
give or take, yeah. Look it up.
I still get it. It's still there when I search
still
for
getting
it.
it,
It's not
yeah.
as heavy as when you first poured, but the palate is coming through more
Man.
Highland now.
that sweet comes out with the water.
Man, put an ankle in it.
They did put an ankle on it.
So that's what
Man,
the weird thing is though. Now that I've tasted it, my palate is kind of saturated with the peat. The nose is so much sweeter.
$100.
$100. $99.
$99.99. Less tax.
Man, this is a
Water
tough
on you?
one.
Not yet.
I'm starting to get a number.
You barely tapped water on that one.
That's it. It's 46%. I don't want to ruin
It's
this.
got a long finish. I mean,
It's an
sitting there, you can
enjoyable.
chew on it.
Right. That's what's wrong with that.
That would be my wheelhouse. So, just so you know.
Really? I did not know that.
Dun, dun, dun. I feel like you
We
should have a
like some
crown,
kind of.
like the imperial crown when he
Oh,
says
he's got one right
wheelhouse. Dun, dun, dun.
Do we have a... Oh, man.
I just have,
Times, good
Or the
times.
captain's hat.
you want a captain's hat? There it
He's
is.
got a captain's hat. Ah, shoot. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, what do you got to come in?
Dunce.
There it is. The editor gets to know all this stuff. Good stuff.
I hope my captain's hat looks like the kid off of Caddyshack.
No, you don't get the big.
Is it like a pirate hat? I'm
Ah,
totally
you know
all over
what's
that
crazy?
too.
Man, that's really weird.
The
That
Twinkies?
water is no, it's not Twinkies. Alright. You guys ever have that candy or that what's that called? Dip-a-stick or whatever, you know, that like a
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
chalk type thing.
yeah, but you dip it in like the Kool-Aid flavor.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
smells like the strawberry of it. That's what I just got.
That's unique.
It is
What did
crazy.
you have for dinner?
Pasta.
So the
No.
it's
Just follow
interesting
your
because so that initial palate and the initial taste of this was so nice and so peaty and it's sweet and then roll and now they're all they're fighting now.
Really?
I'm-
It's going against each other, huh?
Yeah, nothing is standing out anymore. It lost its uniqueness as it rolled across. 'Cause
Hold together.
Peat
Hold
is
together.
staying.
So Andrew, bring us
What do you got,
what do you got?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to talk up a number. All right, so 46% ABV, $100 a bottle. Lots of
Blended
flavor in
single
here. Wheelhouse, it hits. There's sweetness in there. There's peat in there. Boy, that's tough. I'm not going real high on this one for some reason.
I didn't expect you to.
Because I can't.
You're a purist.
No, I love the scotches that have that transitional flavor when you take a second sip and you get that sweetness again and then you get the smoke roll. And this is just kind of, it's fighting right now in me. I'm going to give this probably a 2.5.
What did I do?
How'd you know that?
Did you see the number?
I did.
That was like a freaking catcher, man. I
did.
called the pitch and he just threw it, man. That was perfect. I hope you guys saw that.
He wasn't gonna wave that off.
No, I won't see it because below the table.
Oh man,
Because
I threw
it's-
that 2.5 out too.
It's quite good. It's got great linger, which I like. It's fighting with myself on the palate. Let's go around a little bit. Maybe I'll let my
So you're
palate
going
clear out.
2.5?
I'm gonna go
Alright,
2.5
so-
because number one, I like the sweetness. I can't define what the sweetness is, but that smoke roll is kind of nice on it.
So the reason I didn't want to go first is because I was afraid you guys were talking it up a lot. I'm with you on this one. I enjoy it. It's got that peat appease factor to it, but there's not a whole lot going on for me. I mean, I don't know. I'm almost confused. My palate's confused here because I want more peaty flavors or something going on, and that Highland's competing against it. And then I want to go the Highland side of it or something. I don't know what's going on. And then the nose for me,
I'm a teepee. I'm a wigwam.
wigwam. The nose didn't have hardly anything distinguishable. It really didn't. I mean, there was some sweetness to it, and then there was some peaty to it, and that's about all I could get out of it, honestly. And that kind of it brought it down for me right there.
Yeah.
For $100. Now listen, I'm a huge fan of Compass Box. I love everything they do, and this is still a good blended single malt. But for $100, I think I'd rather spend that money on the Peat Monster and get what I want. So I think that this is probably, if you're going to pour me a glass, I'm going to drink it. It's enjoyable and I like it, but it's not something I'd probably go buy compared to something
I
else.
can see that.
So I'm going to go a 2, an average 2 on this one because I think it's worthy of a 2, but nothing more. Simple.
Fair point.
All right.
You're up.
Okay. I understand why you bought this bottle.
Okay.
I like this bottle.
Scotch Whisky number 2.
Scotch whore number 2. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But here's
Is
the
there a hat
thing.
for a Scotch?
I think that thing 1 and thing 2.
Thanks one thing.
I think if you were a peat head and you're looking for a peated Scotch, this isn't quite what you're
No,
thinking it's
it's
going to be.
miss the mark.
You're gonna disappoint.
But that wasn't what I was thinking it was when I took a sip of it, because it's mostly Highland. So I was thinking mostly sweet with a hint of peat, and that's what I got. The first sip had more peat. It burned off as
Fair
it
enough.
sat.
I just had a picture in my mind.
It did burn off as it sat, and now with the water, there's even less. So it seemed like the longer it sits in the glass, the more the Highland characteristics come out.
One drop.
But I think it's kind of a cool glass because of that.
Right.
I see your point.
I
see your
enjoyed
point.
the smoke. It had a nice lingering finish. About the first 2 or 3 sips, it had a real nice finish. I don't think I'd put water on it again. The water kind of threw it off balance a little bit. I don't think it's really meant for that. The blend itself is, they put it in the bottle the way you ought to drink it, I think. $100, I'm going to ding it just a little bit for that, but they're putting some good Scotch in this bottle.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, so I'm not dinging it that hard. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 3.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
I enjoyed the way that they made the blend happen, and trying to pick out the different characteristics of the Scotches. And you could tell some older Scotch, smokier Scotch. So where you guys saw competing Scotches, I just thought it was fun, and just kind of rolled with it.
That's a fair assessment.
So there you go, 3 for me. What you got, man?
Man, I enjoy it. I like it. Sure, maybe you could argue that it's a little bit gimmicky because it does change a lot. What are you doing? Oh yeah, they know where I'm coming in at. That's all right. So anyway,
Yeah.
it does change.
don't wanna do this.
It's changed a lot. It's gone from peat to fruity to florally now. To me, honestly,
Yeah.
there's a lot of change in it, and I kind of appreciate that. It's kind of fun. But take away that you know, that fun aspect of it, and it's a good Scotch. I enjoy every bit of it. Honestly, while he was talking, giving his review, I went in for a drink, and the view I got on the glass, just all these lines coming down. I was like, that's really neat looking. I mean, it's actually a little oilier than it feels in the mouth. I like the different flavors it brings. I'm right now. I'm still stuck on Isla. I've been stuck in his wheelhouse for a while. I've been on it. I love it. So I'm getting a little bit of that. But I've also started coming. My pendulum's swinging back towards some of the Spays and the Highlands, and so it's giving me. I like the fact that this gives me a little bit of both, and I really appreciate it. I'm really stuck between a 2, 5, and a 3. I'm gonna go 3 because I can't let this Scotch whore I can't let the Scotch whore 2 outdo the Scotch whore 1. I mean, we got to be in the same boat here. $100. It's probably tight. I would have liked to see this come in at about $80.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm glad I brought it home.
So let me get the picture I was thinking about.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what was
Because
the picture?
so I was thinking when you said something, it reminded me what's going on here in my vision. So my son is one of those guys that he likes to have everything separated. It's one at a time, right? This is kind of like you push different things together, and like that might taste pretty good together. And I think it's just that blend of like
It's like
just
green
not
beans, mashed
quite
potatoes, and
there
corn all in one
yet.
bite.
But you want to see them. You want to.
I
see
want
'em-
to.
So you want the plate that's got the little dividers?
I want the kid plate.
Well, I think you're saying that's what this is.
I'm saying this is more of a suicide of different mixes, and it's too much of something.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's gone up to the freaking Coke machine at the Burger King and went freaking little bit of this, little bit of that, little bit. I'm not saying that's what this is.
Now it's more work.
It's an interesting bottle, all right.
I'm not saying I don't
Right.
enjoy. I enjoy it, but if you look at the liquor store analogy of buying a bottle for the price, I think it depends on what your mood is. It's a good. If you're interested, to your point, you made a valid point about if you're interested in the Highlands. And you're like, I wouldn't mind trying some peat or something like that. This is not a bad choice.
I think that happens. You're going to be blown. You're going to be peated out.
Maybe.
If you want a Highland, you'll be peated out. If you want a peat head, you'll be Highlanded out.
Right.
Yeah.
This is.
If you
this
like
is
both,
confusing.
You
just
gotta
wanna drink?
appreciate both. You really do.
It's something. Maybe it's one of those things where you should probably try it. I mean, if you're interested, it's worthy of a try. I'm just not worthy of $100. That's my only thing.
So I guess what we're saying is come to the bar and try a glass.
3,
Come on over.
2, 2.5. Jeez.
I don't know
Let's see you do that one in your head.
Come on now. Uh-oh.
2.75.
The engineer's...
I think my head just blew up.
He's lost.
Anyway, subscribe to us, like us on Facebook.
2.875.
Every Thursday we are live with some fun stuff.
And you're more than welcome to come over and have a dram with us. I mean, let us know.
Come on.
If it's still on the bar.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Oh, boy.